I'm on a quest to find the best Division I college basketball experience in Massachusetts, so I found myself at Stonehill College to watch the Skyhawks take on the St. Francis Red Flash in a matchup of the bottom two teams in the conference. Right off the bat, Stonehill started losing points for the parking. There's very limited visitor parking around campus, and when we asked the campus police where we should go park, they weren't able to give us a good answer. We ended up having to park at the sports complex lot and walk all the way across campus to get to the stadium. So it's going to get a 2 out of 10 for parking. Stonehill is a nice campus. It's a traditional small college, and the court is in the middle of a quad. The building that the court is in blends in with the rest of the buildings around it, so it's going to get an 8 out of 10 for campus vibes. The building itself felt new. The bathrooms were very cramped, and as far as I'm aware, there was only the one up in the main lobby. There was no real concourse or anything, and you walk down these pretty cool stairs to get down to the court. Everything felt kinda similar to Harvard, but just not as cramped. There were also no athletic trophies or anything around, so the facilities are going to get a 4. The court itself was a nice high school gymnasium. There were no jumbotrons, instead just 2 scoreboards on either side of the gym. They had a bunch of banners on the back wall from their D2 days, so the stadium was going to get a 5. It was nothing really special, but it wasn't an atrocity. The player intros were kind of similar to Hamel at Merrimack. They were just very basic with no real gimmick. They played the Imperial March during SFU's intros, and their own were just very basic. The speakers were too quiet for everything. The announcer, the music, all of it throughout the whole game. So the player intros are going to get a 4. Stonehill opted to wear their silver alts for this game, but in my opinion, they needed a little more purple on them. The silver was super clean though, I'm going to give them that. SFUs were way better than the ones they wore back on Thursday against Merrimack, so they're going to get an 8 out of 10 for their uniforms. It was senior day at Stonehill, and I appeared to be sitting in the middle of the parent section. Everyone around was chirping at the refs the entire game. It was a pretty cool environment, and it was actually a pretty impressive atmosphere considering what we had seen so far for Stonehill. So the atmosphere is going to get a 7. They had a cheer team and a dance team. They didn't have a band, but the section next to us was loaded with students who were very happy when their seniors got in the game. So I'm going to give the student section a 7. They had standard stadium benches with no bad sight lines. That's going to get them a 6. I had a problem with the concessions though. The concessions only had one table, which did have some decent options, but when we got up to the table, we found out that they didn't accept card, despite the fact that they had an iPad and a card reader right behind them. Nowhere in the vicinity did they say anything about only accepting cash. So we waited the entire halftime basically to get something at the snack shack, and just to find out that we couldn't buy anything because we didn't have enough cash on us. If it's broken, that's one thing, and I understand that sometimes technology breaks. But you have to at least put up a sign or make an announcement to let people know that you're not accepting card anymore. The only price sign they had around was an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper that was up at the desk, so you had no idea how much stuff cost until you actually got there. So Stonehill, my recommendation to you is for your basketball games, go buy a poster board from CVS and write out the prices on that and put it behind you so everyone can see what you cost, and write on there that you don't accept card. The variety of offerings is going to get it a 4, but it did not impress at all. Right out the gate, Stonehill didn't look like a bottom 5 team in D1. Stonehill came out firing on all cylinders, led by point guard Tony Felder's 30 points and 7 rebounds, and St. Francis never really found their rhythm as Stonehill took down the Red Flash 72-63 for their 4th win of the season. All in all, Stonehill is going to net a 55 out of 100. With the exception of the crowd that was really into it, Stonehill was overall a very forgettable fan experience. And with that, I've visited every Division I school in the state of Massachusetts. Stay tuned for the wrap-up of this series coming very, very soon. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Hope you guys did enjoy. Check out the rest of the videos on my channel, and I'll see you guys next time.